Don't play me. Hey road travelers, welcome back to my channel. If you're subscribed and if you're new, welcome to the world of Liz. I'm Liz and I hope that you do stick around, like, subscribe, and turn your post notification bell on so you become a part of my world. I feel like I've been filming all day. This is the same setup as the closing on vlog 68, 69, and I think this is vlog 70, but I don't know. So we're about to be heading out. We're about to be heading out for a 3-day trip that starts tomorrow, but it's not commutable, so I have to commute in the day before. It is 12:08. My commute flight leaves out at 2 p.m., so I'll be leaving in the next 45 minutes. Yeah, so tomorrow is a one-flight day. Tomorrow is Easter Sunday, and I'll most likely talk to you guys tomorrow. So yeah. Hey road travelers, so we are here in Memphis. We actually landed in Memphis at around like 9:50. We got to our hotel, and this is actually my second room because my first room was leaking. The whole entire floor smelled of like mold, like mildew, like wet carpet. And then I get to my room and the ceiling is leaking, the carpet is drenched, and there's like mold forming on the like window pane, and I'm not having that. So I went downstairs. I was pretty nice to the front desk, and she kind of was telling me I can either deal with it or get like a floor that's next to the highway. I'm like, don't play me, don't. So there are places you're gonna go where like the front desk treats you like you're just airline personnel, and then there are some places that you go to that even if you're airline, they still treat you like a customer with respect. But I did stop by the Starbucks in the lobby, and I asked and paid for a grande, and she gave me a venti. She was so sweet. I actually saw like another guest walking around, and I'm like, that is so good, what is the name of that? And she's like, just ask for a strawberry cream. And that's what I asked for, and it's really good, really refreshing. It's wet out. I wanted to go get lunch at Chipotle and then make a run to Target, but I'm gonna wait till the storm passes. Hopefully it doesn't pick back up. But I'm a little traumatized with Memphis because you guys know the last time I was in Memphis, we had that pretty serious medical emergency. I'm not scared or anything, but it's kind of like it triggers like that flight or fight instinct working this route, because like I told you guys, it was really serious and we almost had to divert. And guess who was on the flight? It was the customer who was not feeling well, traveling back home with his family. And it's just so crazy that out of all flights that they could be on, they were on my flight back home, and they were so thankful and they were great. He was so nice. It was a better flight this go around. We had a completely full flight coming here. The four of us, my flying partner, FO, and captain, were supposed to be together the entire 4 days of this trip, or 3 days. 3 days of this trip, but they rerouted my captain to work the flight back to LaGuardia, and then they added additional flying. So life of a crew member, expect the unexpected. It would have been nice for him to be done, and we'll catch up with him later tomorrow. Also with my first officer, it feels like we know each other because yesterday we both commuted in on the same flight out of Atlanta to LaGuardia. She boarded before me and I was right after her, and we just started talking because there was traffic backed up in the jet bridge, and we were just talking. And then she offered, if my friend wasn't able to pick me up, that I could come and sleep in her hotel room on the extra bed. And that was like, what? Like me? Like, and we don't even know each other. That was cool. And then when I get on the aircraft, I'm checking my schedule and I'm like, is this you? And it's the same first officer that I was chatting with on the jet bridge that I am working this trip with. She is such a sweetheart. We exchanged numbers and she just checked up on me, make sure that I had somewhere to sleep, which is amazing. So yeah, I feel like I know her. I think that's all the updates that I have for you guys, and I'll catch you guys most likely tomorrow morning because I've been running my gun. Good morning, road travelers. Good morning. Today's day 2 of 3. 2-flight day. Memphis to LaGuardia, LaGuardia to Norfolk, and then we're done early. It's currently 4:56. We have a 5 a.m. van, but I'm on the same floor. I don't have to catch the elevator, so I'm gonna go ahead and head downstairs now, and I'll catch you guys a little later on today. Slight disagreement with the alarm clock, but I was able to take a shower, get my life together. I feel good. Got my sunscreen on. I feel moisturized, so let's head out. Good morning, road travelers. Good morning. Today's day 3 of 3. I'm not going to say what today is because lately when I've been saying what today is, we haven't been going where I reside. So one flight today, Norfolk to LaGuardia, and I should be DONE, but I didn't talk to you guys yesterday because I took yesterday as like a self-care day. I took myself out to eat, and I just went shopping. Like I just took yesterday when I got on my layover to myself. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed my company, and now we're back at it again for the last day of this trip. Last night, the mask mandate is not in effect anymore, so it is an option if you want to wear it or not, which is great for airline officials and people who have to deal with enforcing mask compliance. It's great for all of us because I was working since before we were told that we could wear masks, and I was wearing my mask just because I was New York based, and the cases in New York when we didn't know anything about it were high. So I'm glad it's an option now. We don't have to deal with anyone's mother, father, brother, auntie, uncle, grandma, grandpa about wearing their mask. So that is beautiful. This morning our van driver, our taxi guy, his car ran out of fuel like in the middle of the highway. He luckily was able to get on the shoulder of the highway, and he had to crank start his car like 10 times for it to like restart again. So I guess he knows his car. We're about to start boarding.
West Lane, we don't have any potable water and we don't have no ice, so I think it's just gonna be water.
Thank you. No, we're not boarding. He just told me that. And he was able to crank start his car like 10 times because I guess he really did know his car, but he ended up getting off the highway. It took us longer to get here, so I put a mobile order in for Starbucks and they had it ready. I'm so glad that this is my last flight, if that makes sense. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And I'll catch you guys a little later on. Just wanted to fill you in on today. Yesterday was a great day. 2 flights, 2 great crowds, no issues, worked first class, no medicals. It was a smooth day yesterday. It was bumpy. It was very turbulent yesterday. I'll put like the weather system. It was so bad. Like, you know it's bad when the pilots get on and say,
"Flight attendants, sit down now."
Like, they don't even have time to call us to give us like a proper, oh, we're about to experience some turbulence. So yeah, my flying partner's great. We met up with our original captain that we lost the first day, and this whole crew was just amazing. I really loved working with my first officer. I told you guys the backstory on her, and my flying partner is new. He's like 6 months new, but he's new and he's great, and he's
Ladies
a ball.
and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking.
That's actually our first officer saying that, but I guess she's testing the waters. But yeah, let's sip our Starbucks. I already took a sip of it. This is actually the toasted vanilla oat milk espresso, but I got it with almond milk. Sorry, I'm using my phone instead of my camera. Yeah, so this is the iced toasted vanilla oat milk espresso, but I got it with almond milk. And I got a tall with 4 pumps of vanilla syrup. It usually comes with 3, but this is good. You guys have to try this. I'm not a fan of oat, but you guys have to try this. So I'll catch you guys a little later on. Hey guys, so it's about 12:30. My commute flight home leaves at 1:30. I finished working at around like 7:30, 7:45 this morning, and I went to go run some errands here in New York. So once I get home, it's a direct flight home. I'll fill you guys in on everything, but we had an easy day today, one and done. And yeah, I'll catch you guys up on everything once I get home. So yeah. So it is like a few days after this 3-day trip has ended, and can I just say that this trip was just very refreshing, because the last couple of my trips were very hard on me, just like physically, just like emotionally. Like I was just going through all of the emotions and all of the feels working the trips, and then going back home and editing the footage and like reliving the footage. So I'm just so glad that I had a great crew during this 3-day and great customers as well during this 3-day. No hiccups, everything went pretty smooth. I think the last thing that I told you guys that the mask mandate was lifted. So yes, on air travel, public transportation, masks are no longer required. So it is just your discretion. If you choose to want to wear a mask, you can do so. And if you don't, you are free at last. Okay, do what you want, your choice, your face, your body, your health. And then we were like, what I'm trying to say is we literally worked the day after the mask mandate was lifted. So the company hadn't organized a new set of announcements for us. So for quite some time, I had most of our announcements memorized. So I just had to remember to leave out, you know, that the mask is a federal mandate and you have to wear it. So I just have to kept reminding myself, you don't need to say this announcement. And I also just put in a little I made a little announcement saying like, if you're sitting next to someone who chooses to wear a mask or who chooses not to wear a mask, please respect their decision. A lot of people were not aware that the mask mandate was lifted, and we worked a full flight from, where were we? Were we in Norfolk? Norfolk to LaGuardia. So it was a full flight. So people who weren't aware that the mask mandate was lifted, just a handful were kind of upset that they had to sit next to someone that wasn't wearing a mask, which I can understand both sides. You know, it just is what it is. But it has been a long 2.5+ years of enforcing masks, dealing with masks, telling people to wear their mask, and people don't have to like pretend to suck on their lollipop or eat their food or drink their coffee for the whole flight. Do as you wish. Do what works best for you. So with that being said, I have no complaints for this trip. I feel well rested. I feel great. I have no issues. I'm so glad that this trip went well. And I am looking forward to seeing what what May has in store for us. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stick with my schedule that I have now, because I do know that I need to make some changes to my May schedule because I'm not satisfied with it. But hopefully it is not as trying as April was, because April tested my limits. April pushed all of my buttons. April got on my last nerve. The last nerve that I had, April just stomped, squished, and bounced on that same last nerve. So I had some time to rest. I do want to thank all of my new subscribers. I've gained quite a few of you all. So if you are new here, thank you so much for sticking around, for subscribing, for becoming part of the world of Wiz. I appreciate you. Welcome to my new travelers. And to everyone who has just been sending like their well wishes, thank you. None of your comments goes unnoticed. I read all of your comments. Thank you so much. You know, thank you so much for kind of uplifting me through the trying times, because like any job, it has its hiccups, but as a flight attendant, or even just dealing with like the general public, sometimes it can kind of take a hold of you, and just not being well rested, not being able to enjoy your layovers, which is something else I want to talk about, just kind of just takes a toll on you. So I'm glad that I was able to rest, kind of restart, decompress, get my life together, and we're gonna kind of hop right into like my first trip back to work. Is gonna be kind of like April, so hopefully everything else after that is smooth sailing. But I've been getting a lot of comments about going out on my layovers, and guys, being drained, I have no energy to go out and enjoy my layovers, and sometimes my layovers aren't long enough for me to enjoy. So when I get to my layover, or my layover time starts when the boarding door opens, and it ends back when, you know, we gotta get up and start next day over again. So deplaning everyone, walking out, waiting for the shuttle to pick us up, driving to the hotel, checking in, going in, that's all included into our layover. So, and then you have to decompress, do your room routine, take a shower, eat food, and by that time probably shut your brain off. You're not looking at a lot of time left on your layover. Plus you got to get up, get ready in the morning, take a shower, do all of that, so that, you know, if I don't have a long enough layover, or if my duty day wasn't long, I'm more than willing to take you guys out. And I don't really go out when it's cold, but now that it's starting to warm up and spring is in full effect, I could see what I could do for you guys on my layovers where it's long enough for me to go out. So that is all that I wanted to speak on you with. This was a lot of rambling. Once again, be sure that you are following my Instagram account at The World of Wiz. Be sure to give this video a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to turn your post notification bell on. Bye, road, bye.